Okay. So the next one we're going to do is shoulder cars, capsular articular rotation. So I'm trying to work on end range. Idea is nothing happens at lumbar spine. You don't want to be all over the place. You can kneel. You're going to take that lumbar spine out of the way. You can do it sitting on a ball, but it becomes a little more challenging when you're up on knees, can't use your legs. You'll get a lot more feeling for when you're compensating.
You got to stay in the ranges that you can do very
Safely, pain-free.
Safely and pain-free.
The other part is when you're doing safely and pain-free, if you get up to a point and, oh, I've got pain there, you don't have to go to pain.
Right.
Lift and start to work underneath that pain. Can I get underneath? If this is where my pain is, I want to lift and get underneath the pain. So don't work to pain, think like, work underneath it, work around it basically. So we're going to start with the hand across midline, almost in front of your hip, right? And so the shoulder blade, right, because we just finished working that shoulder blade, it's a little bit elevated, it's forward, right? So now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to bring that shoulder blade down and back. I'm still going to squeeze on this side with a little bit of tension, right? 20% tension. I'm going to bring that arm up as high as I can with that elbow as high as I can. Remember, there's no compensation from here, right? I'm still squeezing. Once I get there, I want to try and turn that elbow to the back of that wall towards the window. So I'm going to turn my thumb and my elbow without any compensation. And once I get to that end range right there, I'm going to start bringing it down and back. And I'm creating tension. This is as slow as I want to go. I've got tension on that shoulder, shoulder blade, tricep as I'm coming around. And now I'm bringing it on to my back, like it's coming onto my lower back. So I'm going to turn around in a second. I'm going to reverse that motion. So now I've got that elbow trying to straighten. Nothing else is moving. I'm going to bring it up as far as I can. That's as far as I go, pain-free. I'm going to turn that thumb up as I get to overhead position. Once I'm there, I'm going to bring it down like I'm slicing through chocolate pudding. Slow, slow.
Slow movement. It isn't done, it's done with intention, and it's done with more precision. You're looking not to do the motions that cause you to break plane, if you will, or to have a
compensation with like, oh, I'm trying to get that arm up.
Yeah, I want to get the arm up. My arms aren't very good, so I'll come back here and I'll do some, I start to come back and it's like, oh, yeah, it kind of breaks.
So, same thing, so you can see a little bit more of the shoulder. I'm going to start right in front of my hip again. I'm going to create my tension, no movement from lumbar spine. I'm going to bring that arm, shoulder blade first, right, shoulder blade. Arm is going to come up, all the way up as high as I can get it, overhead. Now I'm going to start to turn that elbow and hand out. That elbow I want to get as far as I can at that very top position. Now I'm going to start to swing that thing back around behind me. Nice and slow, slow, slow. You want to work that entire end range all the way out as far as you can. Nothing else moves. Once it's back there, I'm going to bring it back and around towards my opposite side butt cheek. Now, just for reference, there it is. The first thing I'm going to do is pull it off of there. Once it's off, straighten that arm. I got a lot of tension on that tricep and arm. I'm going to bring it up as far as I can. That's as far as I go. I'm going to turn that thumb up as I start reaching for overhead. And I'm going to slice through the humidity in Houston because it's thick. Right there, nice and slow. So don't work to pain, think like, work underneath it, work around it basically.
You'll get through the section that you need to get through, but allow yourself not to have that irritation. You get the irritation, then you have inflammatory responses that occur. You got to stay in the ranges that you can do. Very
safely, pain-free.
Safely and pain-free.
So I'm starting in front of me. You can see the shoulder slightly elevated on the left. I'm going to pull that shoulder blade down and back. There goes my slow, slow, intentional movement through the air. Slow, creating slow isometric moving contraction, right? I'm going to turn that thing like I'm trying to get my elbow towards the camera. And then I'm going to sweep back and around as far back as I can reach. I'm at the end ranges of where I can reach. There it goes. I can relax there, right? I'm going to create that 20% tension on the opposite side. I'm going to pull it off. There's straightening that elbow. That's as far as I can go back there. I'm at the far ends of where I can reach in my range of motion when I'm moving. I'm going to bring it across my body and right back where I was. And remember, it is slow. It should feel like work. Like I am shaking and sweating just from a couple of repetitions just from that.
You aim for the heart when you walk down the floor, you a rude gal, Batman killer. But you ain't never did with the boys in the band, with the bands in the box like Dilla. Love it when you heal up, will up, bring it back, come rewind. Touch to have your X-Men back on your line. But I'm a real player, never act like you're mine. Leave you disappointed, you